Big welcome to you all. It really makes me smile to be able to see your faces. It truly does. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your hearts with me. I wanted to speak a little bit about meditation tonight, especially the quality of willingness, the willingness to be with this moment. So oftentimes I speak about being receptive to the grace of God, the energies of the Divine Mother. I've spoken about stepping into your true nature, your Buddha nature. But tonight I'd like to speak about the willingness to be here fully, to feel what's here, to experience what's here. Even if it's uncomfortable or difficult or boring or mundane. And, what I've learned over the years is that most people meditate from the perspective of their ego. So they step into their ego or spiritual superego, however you want to look at that. And then from the perspective of limitation or control or management, they try to meditate. But this will absolutely not work with the quality of willingness that I'm speaking about. Because the ego, normally it's not willing to be with anything. It wants what it wants. It has a certain idea of how it's supposed to be. But willingness is a spaciousness. And so we must step into this spaciousness that's receptive, that's soft, that's inherently compassionate, inherently non-judgmental. And of course, this is the opposite of ego. And so I'm going to use the example of mundaneness, because oftentimes people sit in meditation and they kind of feel like a low-grade dread or mundaneness, or like they're not really getting anywhere, or there's some kind of resistance that's here. Resistance oftentimes shows up in boredom or mundaneness, or even just random discursive thoughts. And so willingness is the quality of consciousness that can look at that deeply. So if you look at, say, the experience of being bored, if you look at that with willingness, it doesn't mean you just sit there and allow yourself to be fully bored. It means you begin to examine, what is this feeling of boredom? Like, what's the energy of it? What makes up boredom? And then right away we begin to see resistance. A willingness doesn't just look at resistance and say, oh gosh, there's resistance here and it's not what I want. Willingness, it's able to sit and hold the space of love. For first boredom, and then under that resistance. And then under resistance, we tend to find this immense mass of unconsciousness. And when you sit with unconsciousness, the very thing that was once unconscious, that was once covered, begins to be liberated. And as unconsciousness is liberated, more energy arises, it's freed up. And as this energy is freed up, your Buddha nature becomes more fully empowered. And so again, to use that example of boredom, and then you sit with that, the big open heart, loving heart, non-judgmental heart, compassionate heart. And you see, oh, there's resistance here. What makes up the resistance? Oh, maybe there's anger here. great anger, fury, or rage, a feeling of disconnection. And as you connect with anger, rage, or disconnection, those heavy feelings or emotions are released. But they're only released if we're willing to let them go, willing to feel them, willing to experience them. And so if you haven't already, I'm going to encourage you just to gently close your eyes and to notice right here in this moment as you breathe deeply, what is the first thing you encounter? Are you wishing this moment was different? Is there a fight, a struggle? Is there boredom, resistance? And can you look and see? Are you willing to arrive here fully? And so let's just take a couple minutes and take some deep, full breaths together. And arrive. Arrive here in your soft, your gentle, your Buddha nature. Will you arrive here and beyond any struggle? Can you let go of your seriousness, the serious meditator? And can you see the beauty that I see within you? Can you see the gentleness, the tenderness of your heart? Can you see and feel this quiet, radiant compassion of your being? And if this is not immediately apparent, can you relax a little more fully? And be willing to be with that which veils your beauty. So if you see any defensiveness or any walls, any striving to change this moment, you take a deep breath. Just gently soften there. You be fully with the resistance, with the struggle, with the despair. And as you do this, you begin to soften into Buddha nature. So breathing, feeling, and just gently letting go. And so most of us habitually identify with the egoic character, the one who's struggling, the one who feels despair, the one who feels separate from. But in this moment, can you be willing to identify with your innate goodness, the spacious quality of your presence, the quiet luminosity of your heart? And so I can tell that many of you are trying hard to meditate. Just relax that and just be here in this moment, just feeling the quiet spaciousness of this room. Connect to the silence which is here, which is inherent. The nature of reality, the nature of your consciousness. This body, this form that you are, just let it melt a little more. Muscles of the face, the forehead, the back of the skull, the jaw, the many muscles of the throat. The shoulders, just let it all relax. Let it all relax. Melt. Just let that body, that old body that's worked so hard, let it melt. Let it take a load off. Give the body permission to do nothing. To be lazy, to let go. Relax deeply. It doesn't have to maintain or guard or fight, defend. Let the body melt in this space, this quiet space of silence. So breathing, feeling, opening. And melt to the quietude, the silence. Softening the shoulders, all those muscles behind the heart. Too many of us habitually hold. You can even imagine you have 10,000 pounds on your back. And then just let it all fall off all at once. You don't need to carry any karmic weight. You don't need to carry your ancestors. You don't need to carry any old wounds in the heart, the belly. Give yourself permission to let go, to forgive, to forget, to release with each exhale. Breathing, feeling, softening. Opening. Beginning to notice that the silence is being filled with love. A gentle love from you to you. And just inviting anywhere in the body that is tight, that is tense, to be softened, to be embraced by this love. Anywhere in the body that has felt attacked or traumatized, divided, confused, despairing, bored, is being embraced by this gentle love. And just noticing a wave of softening is flowing through the body, relaxing the solar plexus, all the muscles of the belly, the ribs, lower back, the sacrum. So we're deepening together. inviting the breath to deepen more and more, becoming more full, the body becoming more relaxed, peaceful, at ease. And in turn, noticing the silence growing. The spaciousness expanding. This radiance intensifying, becoming more alive. And smiling with the realization of freedom. Relaxation leads to a greater experience of silence, spaciousness, radiant joy, and the awakening to freedom. Through this willingness to stop, to put everything down, to be here fully. And we discover freedom. Freedom from struggle, freedom from the limitation of the body, freedom from the limitation of the small sense of self. Freedom beyond personality. Smiling at being no one, no thing. And if any of you are struggling, the practice is just to soften, to relax, to put the struggle down. Get out of your head and join me in the expansive nature of your heart. the silent freedom, which is the very essence of what you are. Again, just checking in with your body, softening, 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 and being willing to feel, to experience, even if there's a fight, a struggle, a tension, just breathing, opening, feeling, and letting go. Let God take your pain, your confusion, your resistance. It's unnecessary that you fix anything or sort it out. Let God do it. Give it back to life. And join me in the radiant aliveness of this universal ground of being. If anything feels stuck or divided or shut off from this light, just let it come forward. The space of freedom, the space of willingness includes all. Breathing, feeling, opening. Relaxing more deeply in the space of the third eye, the throat, the heart, the belly, and feeling, opening. To all of what's here. Breathing in, breathing out. And so, are you willing to be with the fullness of this moment, the fullness of your experience? Not getting lost in thoughts, but rather breathing, feeling, experiencing, letting go. Just gently scanning the body again and noticing where the mind is hooked, where the body is resistant, the emotional nature is fighting, or numb or shut off. And softening, opening, experiencing. With each breath, are you willing to surrender? Ever so deeply in the belly. Are you willing to surrender the pelvis? Are you willing to surrender the character, the me? And to step into the awakened one, which is awake, aware, spacious and free. Are you willing to join me in the fullness of what you are? And just softening in the belly and trusting what you are is good, is divine, is holy. You are not the little character who's fighting or being attacked, judging oneself. You are that which is limitless, that which witnesses all. You are that which is awake, aware of the experiencer. Breathe, feel, smile, let go. Be the hugeness that you were born to be. Be the immensity, the bliss, the silence, the freedom. And again, if any of you have a question about how to do this, smile, relax, breathe, let go. And join me in the space beyond the personality, beyond the form, the body, mind, that which witnesses the body, mind. And experience the freedom of your nature. Breathing, feeling, opening. Receiving this light, this love. This gentle grace. Inviting this wave of divinity to gently bless the body, to soften the body. Breathing, feeling, opening, and gently letting go. Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling, opening, receiving. The fullness of what you are. This immensity, this freedom, this light, this love. Again, just gently softening throughout the body. Letting go of any egoic attachment. Welcoming the light of grace. Pouring through your consciousness. Letting yourself be held, loved, supported. Meditation is not about doing, it's about receiving. The hugeness of what you are. The hugeness of the grace of God. Deep, full breaths. Giving yourself full permission to awaken to the immensity of this moment. To experience the light, the love, the grace, the peace, the quiet strength, nobility which is here. Breathing, feeling, relaxing, gently letting go. Just letting go a little more deeply in your belly, your pelvis. Inviting all 7 chakras to be fully open. Letting the energy flow up the spine, out the top of the head. As well as down into the body. Expanding in all directions. Buddha nature is your truth, not human nature. Buddha nature, vast, spacious, free, receptive, divine, holy. Breathing, feeling, smiling. and saying yes. Yes to your divinity. Yes to freedom. Yes to healing. Yes to surrender. The willingness to be here fully. So I'm going to invite you all just to gently open your eyes. And this evening, I'm going to invite us to do something a little different as we close. I'm going to invite you all to find the chat function, at the bottom of the screen. And I want you to type where you're from, but then also I want you to type in the divine quality that you are. That you are. And the reason I'm inviting this is I'm inviting you all to begin to take ownership more and more, to step into, to claim your divinity. And so, for example, like Meg from Portland, whenever I see Meg, I just see this radiant beauty shining from her. And when I see that tall glass of handsome next to her, I see this pillar of light, shining from him. My friend Wesley down in Albuquerque, he radiates integrity and tenderness. And tenderness. And so I'm going to invite you to see you. And so in the chat function, and I know some of you might be on phones or on iPads that can't type, but if you can, just type where you're from. And then this quality of divinity that's been with you your whole life, or maybe you're just realizing it now. Yeah. And so Richard from Denver, Colorado, divine embodiment. Yes, Richard. Richard. And as I say where you're from, let us all, with our open hearts, send love to Richard in Denver, Colorado. Justina, who's from Boone, North Carolina. Joy. Denise from Western Colorado. Aliveness. Yes, aliveness, Denise. That makes me smile. Smile. And I know a lot of you have had a tough run at it, and so it's good to claim your divinity. Kyle from Minnesota, we're sending you love. I am love and light. Yes. Yes. Jeremy and Meg. Shining heart, Meg, and radiance, Jeremy. Beautiful. Danny up in Anchorage, Alaska. We'll send Danny some love. Peaceful clarity. Oh boy, Danny, that is so true. Peaceful clarity. Yes. Yes. This one I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing, but Amanda from Candelo, Australia. Stillness. Yes, Amanda, stillness. Tanya from Pennsylvania. Wholeness. Wholeness. Tanya, I'm also going to add radiant beauty to you. Whenever I sit with you, I just feel this radiant joy with Tanya. Yes. Arjo in Columbus, Ohio. Peace and love. Yes, we send you love to Columbus, Ohio. Lisa from Bethany, Connecticut. The quality of divinity is compassion. Yes, Lisa, compassion. Peter in the UK, gentleness. Yes, Peter. And Peter, I'm so happy to have you with us. And gentleness, yes, it's so true. So true. What a sweet presence, Peter. Brittany George from St. Petersburg, Florida. Sweet Light, yes, Sweet Light. We send you love in Florida. And Mary Ann from San Diego, California. Truth, absolutely truth. And Marianne, I'm going to add joy to you as well. As you, because I see you, you make me smile. And so hopefully when this whole pandemic thing lifts, we'll have another retreat in San Diego. I'm looking forward to going back there. I was hoping to have one in a retreat in Durango this summer, but this whole virus thing has just got us, everyone spooked, and we're all confused right now. So anyways, let's all just send each other love, and then send that love out in every direction, blessing the world, all those who are suffering, our brothers, our sisters, all the beings struggling, all those who are struggling with poverty and not being able to eat. And, I heard something the other day that really broke my heart. They're saying not only from the pandemic are there people getting sick, but that there's probably going to be mass starvation and famine because the food supply chains are so mixed up, and maybe not so much in our country, but famine wise, but in different parts of the developing world. And so let us just send tremendous love out to our world to soften the blows of this suffering, to soften the blows of the pandemic. May we all learn to live together in greater unity, greater harmony with the planet itself and each other. Seeing all beings being blessed and held and supported, during this difficult time. So may peace be with you all, and my heart's with you. Thanks for sharing your lights with me. Truly, I love you all. Good night. Bye for now. Bye. See you next week.